Welcome to this video exploring what's essential to us and persistence. Today, I question some of the commitments I took of doing many things every day, like doing those videos, doing some breathing exercises, doing some yoga, doing some workouts 4 times a week. And all the little commitment that I'm taking to engage in different projects like dancing, theater, the creation of a collective to support mutual help on a local level. Plus writing posts. Anyway, I don't want to go into details of detailed list, but I'm questioning, this idea of perseverance, persisting in following our commitments, and the fact that sometimes there is some kind of tiredness that emerges, and some kind of discouragement, and sometimes difficulty to find meaning in persevering, and sometimes there is a sense of exhaustion and saturation. And in those moments, I find it quite tough to differentiate, what is essential. Is it that it is I said I was going to say something, so I do it because I said so, or developing some kind of strong willingness to continue things versus resting enough. Sometimes can be, for me at least, experienced like some kind of confusion and uncertainty around whether or not I'm actually taking care of myself and actually going towards what I really want, or going towards the next burnout. And so that's the question I'm interested in exploring. And I don't know if I have much battery left, so I'm just gonna plug the phone. Just gonna check the level of battery. Okay. So the phone is plugged, but to find a way to keep it balanced with the cable under it. Well, I'm glad I clarified the question as much as I did. So today I had a scheduled moment of listening for myself. Someone listened to me for an hour, and I explored a bit that question that I just mentioned. And right now I want to take a few seconds of silence just to check what I have the energy for sharing with you right now. Okay, should be stable. One thing I have energy for sharing with you right now is that what helps me to discern what's essential to me or not is to listen to how I feel when I consider one way or another way. Taking the time to observe the options I have in any given moment, and especially right here, right now, I'm choosing to do it live, you know, in those videos. I like, it's essential for me to be connected to where I am right here, right now, as much as I can. Why is it really essential to do that? I guess there's something around the flow. I really love when things are flowing and kind of, feels like there's some, like, it's like when I dance, I listen in some way. When I dance, I'm listening, I'm observing my body, and I am kind of drawing something in the space with my body, and I think for me, I kind of check, you know, how I feel doing what I'm doing, and kind of exploring and learning, and in a doing, whether I enjoy what I'm doing or whether I enjoy it less. And I'm constantly learning. And in doing these videos right now, it's the same thing. I'm kind of dancing with the words, with the ideas, with the energies. I'm listening, making pauses sometimes just to check where I am. And there's something that feels very free in doing that. Hi Thomas, welcome to this video. So I was willing to talk about, you know, what's the ability to differentiate what's essential for us and what's not in the relationship of persistence in the long-term domain. And because sometimes I'm facing the fact that I said I was going to do some things, and sometimes the energy that I'm experiencing in the moment doesn't seem to be very congruent or in harmony with the idea of following through with my commitment. And so in those moments, it seems that there's some kind of conflict between two different parts of myself. And in those moments, I think those are moments are the moment. I had an example today, like I had a theater workshop. I said I was going to go, but I also had the choice of not going. So I wasn't sure whether I was going to go or not. And it was very tempting to listen to all the resistance I had about it. You know, like I'm tired, I should do something else, I should use my evening to do other things, you know, do my videos earlier, be in good shape, and go to bed early. And there was another part of me that wasn't really happy with the idea. So I felt some kind of panic and anxiety around making that choice. And I learned through talking with Yana today, who was listening to me, that there are moments in our lives when we are facing those kind of conflict, in internal conflicts, and making decisions for some of us can become very stressful and leading to some kind of panic experiences and panic attack or extreme anxiety that could be very painful in our bodies as well. So we can experience, I experience a lot of loneliness around those moments. It was nice to have this kind of company with Yana. She was sharing about her experience herself, and I remember that when I was, about 18-year-old, I kind of remember really feeling like totally panicky about just this simple act of choosing between one candy bar and another, and being in the presence of friends, my girlfriend at the time, and feeling that I was observed, and feeling ashamed of all this internal drama or internal conflict, that painful conflict that was going on within me. And there's something that I learned today, which is there are not much spaces in the world, in our lives, where we can really not only feel that it's okay to be where we are, especially when we are torn between two different options. I forgot the beginning of my sentence, so I don't know how to finish it. What is it I'm trying to say here? Well, I'm trying to say that it felt very good to have a space to explore this conflict I was experiencing around the decision of going or not going to the theater workshop tonight. And it was very pleasant to experience some company and space, a non-judgmental company and even supportive company, to really make space and for curiosity around what was going on, what was important for me, what was my essential that was at play, and how to differentiate the essential from all the kind of messy thinking. And from having that space, I learned that there's something that is important for me, which is persistence, and kind of engaging project on within the long term. This is something that I felt very scared about for some decades. A part of me felt like scared of being kind of imprisoned in some kind of commitment and decisions, and sometimes I was so afraid by the inner voices were sometimes speaking so loudly that I was seeing myself, and I could see that it was the case about tonight workshop this afternoon when I was talking about it, anticipating it. I realized that I had some thinking that I would see myself as something that was lacking integrity, congruency, substance, honesty. If I was going to go to the theater workshop. And sometimes I believed those fears, and I skipped, I gave up projects because I was afraid of building up an image of myself towards myself and myself toward others as someone who was not consistent and capable of integrity. So I realized that it was important for me it was important for me to be able to love myself, to appreciate myself, to consider myself as a whole being, whether I was choosing one options or the other. And I realized that in some way I didn't have much of that capacity at times when my mind was confused, when I was tired. And this conversation with you now helped me to realize that and to see that I really wanted to follow through with my commitment, with my this part of me that wants to experience wants to experiment to the fullest this theater, this community theater that is offered to me, that I called in my life and I said yes to it. And then there is a part of me that fears that things that I'm not going to be able to mobilize enough resources to live it with dignity. So when I saw that, it was like, oh, okay, I'm determined to make it work and to try to make it work to the best of my abilities. And I did go to the workshop and I enjoyed it very much tonight. And I'm back home and I'm doing my videos and I have energy, more than I had this afternoon. It's a lot of words to try to explain what I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm trying to explain, I'm just trying to explore, but there's a part of me right now that would like to be able to kind of explain what I just explored. But I'm wondering if that is such an essential thing, or if just an idea that I should, but when actually I shouldn't anything. So I think instead I'm gonna make a moment of silence just to make space for whatever you and I feel, and check how much we are in touch with what's essential to us right here, right now. And if so, in which way? And if not, what seems to be more aligned with our essential? Really enjoying this moment of silence, connecting with my surrounding, looking at pictures, sentences, books, my calendar, things I'm realizing I would like to make visible in my calendar. And there's something around the idea of regeneration, calm, that are important, that I touched in that silence. I touched some calm, I touched some a space that really feels supportive to me, regenerating and resting. And it feels very good. I'm wondering about you, how this silence was for you. If there's anything you want to share and are available to share, please do. If you want to. and if you are available, that's really no obligation of any sort. I don't need you to write anything. Just curious. I'm just exploring my own curiosity, and that doesn't engage you in any way. Whether you watch it live or in replay. Really enjoying the silence, so I think I'm going to do more silence with you. With me. I'm going to put my hand on my belly. My belly feels a bit sore. So I'm just going to listen to it with my hand. My right hand on it. I'm going to do another 4-ish minutes of video max. That's the time frame I want to set up. Then I have other things I want to do before going to bed. I have, quite some things to do, so. Yeah, I'm touching something that is essential to me, which is the care. You're caring for myself, caring for my ability to engage with others that is respectful of myself and of others. One thing I find essential is to really give ourselves permission to be who we are, as we are. And I really like that in those videos I'm practicing making space for thinking and feeling and inviting anyone who wants to join me in my thinking and exploring feeling. And I'm pleased that some people are actually willing to engage and let me know they appreciate the work I'm doing. It would be very less fun if there was nobody ever commenting or watching and I would just be on my own doing my stuff. I would be different. I don't know if I would be continuing doing it. Maybe I would. Because in itself, I enjoy doing it. But that would feel definitely more lonely. And I think among the things that are essential is a sense of company. Steph said it in the French video. There's something around balance between loneliness, lonely time, self-time, and engaging and connecting with others. I think that it's a good time to finish. Thank you for being you. Thank me for being me. Bye for now.